Good afternoon. I am Colonel Billy Wilson, the Commander of Basic Military Training. I'm glad we had this opportunity to have a discussion. So, why are you here? I will tell you that you are here to train both your body and your mind.
Be better every day. Be better.
You are here to train your body and your mind. Not one or the other, both. I often ask new recruits, why the Air Force? And I often get, well, I want to be part of an institution. I want to be part of something that is larger than myself.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
There will be stress. It will be stressful. And I will tell you that it is stressful by design. So the question remains, when you start feeling stressed out, what are you going to do? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? I expect you to respond to the demands that are being placed upon you, pushing you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to grow, because that's why you're here. You're here to be transformed from what you were to what you need to be, to what your nation needs you to be. Each and every one of you will earn your place here. This will not be given to you. And as you earn your place here and head toward graduation day, having earned it, you will have a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. And it will be meaningful to you. And as you depart this place, you will be proud of what you've accomplished.
At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Ozjan.
Please pray in your tradition as I do in mine. Let us pray. O God of heavenly powers, our source of strength and hope, we ask for your hand to be upon us today. Please embrace us. Embrace our current and new MTIs, our commanders, our staff, our trainees, airmen, and guardians, and their loved ones, as we take one step forward today. With their marches, drills, classes, and all grading now complete, may they strive toward excellence in all they do. When the applause quieted, may they celebrate and lift up those around them. When the speech is concluded, may their voice rise up to pronounce peace and justice for our community, our country, and the world. When the fanfare ceased, may they find bliss in future endeavors and adventures. When the path to advancement is challenged, may their achievement grow and enrich their family, our country, and the world in a mysterious way. As new careers start today, may they conduct their life's work with integrity, service, and excellence, so that peace, friendship, and justice will be established for our nation and the world. In many beautiful names you have, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Billy Wilson, Jr., accompanied by his wife, Liza. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson, accompanied by his wife, Stephanie. The Reviewing Official, the Commander, 37 Training Wing, Colonel Lauren Corshane, accompanied by her husband, Brian. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Damian, accompanied by his wife, Shauna. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 2nd Air Force, Major General Michelle Edmondson. The Special Duty Manager, Military Training Headquarters, 2nd Air Force in 2016, Basic Military Training Blue Rope of the Year, Chief Master Sergeant Nicholas Carrier. The Deputy Commander, 37 Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III, accompanied by his wife, Josefina. The Individual Mobilization Augmentee to the 37 Training Wing Commander, Colonel Jennifer Anderson. The Commander, Special Warfare Training Wing, Colonel Nathan Kalunga, accompanied by his wife, Lauren. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to today's ceremony, we would like to recognize our newest military training instructors. These instructors have undergone a rigorous 5-month training pathway comprised of formal academic classes and task qualification requirements. They have earned the distinct honor of donning the dark blue campaign hat. From the 321st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Nicholas Fauser. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Bradley Gustin. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Tori Cherry Williams. From the 331st Training Squadron, Technical Sergeant Pedro Mendoza. From the 331st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Colin Ward. At this time, we ask all military training instructors, past and present, to stand in a sign of unity as our newest instructors recite the MTI Pledge. The military training instructor hat that I wear
is a symbol of honor, professionalism, integrity, service, and excellence in all I do. My job is one of the most important to the Air Force, and I will spare no effort to properly prepare men and women for military service. I am dedicated to the principles of fairness, firmness, and honesty. I strive for perfection and reject mediocrity, both in my own personal behavior and in the performance of those I lead. I am an Air Force military training instructor, and above all, I am an American Airman.
The dark blue campaign hat these instructors received today has been a symbol of the MTI Corps since 1974. These instructors will carry on the traditions and esprit de corps of the United States Air Force as they pass on their knowledge to our newest generation of airmen. we honor Colonel Lauren Corshane, who is attending her last Department of the Air Force graduation parade as the commander of the 37th Training Wing. She has impacted thousands of mission-ready airmen, guardians, and sister service members, dedicating relentless support to the Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training mission since 2022. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Avrian Williamson. Colonel Corshane will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of the 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve in one of the 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. Seventh 37th Training Group, Department of the Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 337, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 19 April 2024 to 30 May 2024. Signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, Department of the Air Force. The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Technical Sergeant Ward and Technical Sergeant Sartor. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. Okay.
Mark, command, in review.
The graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits the Department of the Air Force essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest air and space force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass and review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. The men and women recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States military in armed conflict. Their decorations include 9 Medals of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform will either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow other guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now passing in review from the 326 Training Squadron, the Commander of Airmen, Technical Sergeant Avery and Williamson, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Martinsville, Virginia. From the 321st Training Squadron, Flight 366, led by Technical Sergeant Sean Dinzumfich, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Marion, Indiana. From the 737 Training Support Squadron, the A Squadron staff, led by Technical Sergeant Mariah Manning, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 367, led by Staff Sergeant Nicholas Fauser, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Marion, Indiana. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 370, led by Master Sergeant Lance Westfall, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Greenville, Missouri. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 371, led by Technical Sergeant Kyle Rodas, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hollister, California. Flight 373, led by Technical Sergeant Charlie Danzer, Military Training Instructor, hometown, St. Mary's, Georgia. From the 324th Training Squadron, the Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Richard Thompson, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Jicho, Guam. Flight 378, 379, led by Technical Sergeant Paul Beatty, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Broomfield, Colorado. From the 331st Training Squadron, the B Squadron staff, led by Technical Sergeant Zachary Waite, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Appleton, Wisconsin. Flight 373, led by Technical Sergeant Martin Inzunza, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Los Angeles, California. Flight 374, led by Staff Sergeant Bradley Gustin, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Lewiston, Idaho. Flight 375, led by Staff Sergeant Tori Cherry Williams, military training instructor, hometown, Tulsa, Oklahoma. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 376, led by Technical Sergeant Pedro Mendoza, military training instructor, hometown, Bainbridge, Georgia. The Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 377, led by Staff Sergeant Colin Ward, military training instructor, hometown, Whittier, California. Traditionally, the armed forces are expected to exemplify respect for the nation. Special ceremonies have been established to bestow honor upon the flag and our national symbols upon recipients of awards and decorations and national dignitaries. Such ceremonies are usually included in parades, reviews, and similar formations in which large groups of military personnel participate. On special occasions in basic military training, the military training instructors assemble in mass formation as a sign of recognition and respect. It is the highest honor the MTI Corps can bestow upon an individual. Receiving the MTI honors is Colonel Lauren Corshane, Department of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, now approaching the reviewing stand is the backbone of basic military training mission, the military training instructors. These men and women are being led by Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Damian, Command Chief Master Sergeant, 37 Training Wing, hometown, San Francisco, California. Colonel Corshane, in recognition of your contributions to the Department of the Air Force, we salute you and thank you for your outstanding leadership and dedication to all airmen. We wish you and your family the best in your future endeavors and remind you that you will always be part of the basic military training family. It has been an honor to serve with you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the airmen from the 321st Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Jacob Wright, military training instructor, hometown, Llano, Texas. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduating airmen are 4 T-6 Texan IIs. These aircraft are from the 559th Flying Training Squadron, 12th Flying Training Wing, Joint Base, San Antonio, Randolph, Texas. We would like to take a moment to congratulate our honor graduates as well as their families. Department of the Air Force Basic Military Training honor graduates distinguished themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence they display through basic military training earn them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all the families and friends who are here in support of those graduating today for your support to our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Your words of encouragement has helped motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Corshane will now come forward and address our graduating class.
What a great day to be an American Airman. But an even better day to be one of the 594 fine, brand new airmen, your sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, standing in front of us today. Do they look good? First, I'd like to thank all of the friends and family that came here today, and for those of you that'll watch online in a couple days, thank you for your support, your love, your dedication. Thank you for being here today and trusting us with your most prized possession, your family members. It takes a lot to serve, but it takes even more to be the family behind your airmen. All of your love and support has what has gotten them here today. So for you, I'd like to give you all a round of applause and say thank you. To our MTI Corps, I don't know that words could adequately express my thanks, my gratitude, and how much I believe in what you do in setting the foundation and the bedrock of our United States Air Force. It's your dedication, your support, your countless hours that have enabled our Air Force to be world class. It's enabled airmen under the age of 30 to launch jets, have heavy weapons, protect our country, launch cyber attacks around the world. It's all because of you and what you have poured into them and what they have learned during your short time with them. Thank you for everything that you have done for the wing, for our airmen, and thank you for that amazing MTI mass. And to my command chief, you looked amazing. Thank you so much. Now, more importantly, to the airmen. Yesterday, Chief Andrade and Colonel Roscoe talked to you about attitude and aptitude. Two of probably the most important things for you to remember. One of my most favorite Chief Master Sergeants, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 5, Chief Gaylor, went on to say that attitude plus aptitude equals opportunity. And if you have a chance as you travel to tech training, pull that video up on YouTube and listen to Chief Gaylor's words. Because as you travel through your journey in the United States Air Force, if you have the right attitude, if you soak in everything that your instructors and your NCOs above you teach you and mentor you, you will have the aptitude to be ready to accept every opportunity put in front of you. And I promise you, they will come. There will be more opportunities than you could possibly take advantage of. But always remember, today, as you stand on this field of dreams, the first day of the rest of your life, remember, always have a positive attitude. Always take care of your airmen and your wingmen. And always learn everything that you can so you have the aptitude to take advantage of the opportunities. Before I close, I have one last question to ask you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the United States Air Force? Colonel Wilson, I think they're ready.
Please stand as Colonel Courchain will now administer the oath of enlistment. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
Airmen, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen. Go crush it.
Thank you, Colonel Courchain. Please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I answer my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly by the way. I obey
As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veteran and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view flights as they pass. As a reminder, the flights are positioned as viewed from the bleachers. To the left of the reviewing stand, flights 366, 367, 370, 371, 373. And to the right of the reviewing stand, flights 374, 375, 376, 377. Please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily.